Hey everyone, it's time again for Drummer Nation Live. If the bandwidth gods are on our side, I'm having trouble getting in. So I don't know if this is live or just being recorded to be put up live later on. I've got my comments turned on. If anybody can hear me or see me, please let me know. If not, then I'll just post this after it's done. But we're going to do the show because we're already in it. All right, here we go. It's time for Drummer Nation.
Hi, this is Stanton Moore. I've been playing and teaching drums for over 30 years. My new site, Stanton Moore Drum Academy, is the perfect online drum learning platform for any level drummer to learn how to play the drums the same way I did. I'm looking forward to seeing a lot of you as subscribers on the site, and I think we're going to have a lot of fun.
Introducing the Star Festival snare drum from Gary Astridge, a handcrafted and precision replica of the rarest and most iconic of drums, Ringo Starr's 1963 Ludwig Jazz Festival. Each instrument is authorized and hand-signed by Ringo Starr and will benefit his charity, the Lotus Foundation.
Memphis Drum Shop is the world's premier provider of percussion instruments. With 6 showrooms of gear, mycymbal.com, the Memphis Gong Chamber, and a first-rate repair department, turn to Memphis Drum Shop for all your percussion needs. Okay, should be live. Like I said, I can't tell if it's going out live. It doesn't appear to be, but, you know, everybody's home and all the bandwidth is jammed up, and who knows. If this isn't going out live, I will post it in as soon as I'm done. Won't get to as many people, but what the hell, right? Okay, you know the story everywhere. We're all hunkering down, right? If you're not taking this seriously and you're not hunkered down, you need to be, because if you get sick, somebody's going to have to save your sorry ass, and it could be somebody who could get sick themselves. So if it's any consolation to you, the entire music industry seems to be closed. I've talked to people. I asked Hamilton on the West Coast. His stuff's all down for several months. But I said, how about all the nuts and bolts of the music business? You know, the jingles, the TV shows, the movies, all that content that we absorb daily. Nothing's happening, man. Nothing's happening. On the other hand, creative artists are creative artists, and they're going to put stuff out there in new ways, no matter what's going on. So you might find online free classes. There's a free discussion on Sabian's Education Network. I'm going to catch after this. A lot of it's on Facebook, live streaming. There are online free performances. There are favorite record challenges, Skype lessons. I got really wired for that. I've taught some now, and you know, I've got a different set of mics that I bring over where I can talk at the drum set. Here's a mic I use over there. I have a different mic here at the desk. I have an overhead and a kick on the drums, so when I send out sound, it's good. I've got the electronic kit back there hooked into my Mac with BFD3 running and some great sounds there. And I can bring in phone calls and all kinds of stuff through the magic of some of this technology. Like that, who cares, right? The thing you have to be careful of when you can do all this stuff is if it's just me talking, I don't need jive effects on a board, and I don't need multi-cameras, which I have all over the place. And, you know, invention is not the mother of necessity. So the one thing I would like to see invented that I can't find is a real-time jam app. It occurred to me that since we're all sitting around practicing, maybe it'd be cool if we could just, not for a concert, not for a gig, but just get on some software and we all hear each other. Wouldn't even have to see each other. Put a little group, 4 people, 3 people, 5 people, whatever, and play live in real time. There's a lot of stuff out there for that, and I've been looking at some of it. None of it works. To what I can see, none of it works. Anyway, I've updated my studio here. I've been playing every day. I'm back from carpal tunnel. I've been reporting on that. You see, I didn't slip my wrist. I had carpal tunnel surgery, bilateral on both hands, 4.5 weeks ago, and it's just been a breeze. And if you got my doctor and you had the luck I had and you had my hands, you would hardly recommend this. Some people don't, but man, I've got a new lease in life as a drummer. So I'm just delighted with that, and thank you for everybody who's been asking about that. So I do have a couple of topics today. First of all, when I was talking about all the stuff that's online now, man, I was looking just this week. I saw David Garibaldi holding court, answering questions. I saw Todd Sugarman. He's on all the time. He's got a new album dropping in a few weeks. He's going to be on the live show here to talk about that. Stanton Moore is always offering freebies and funny videos and all kinds of stuff. Johnny Vodakovich is just rolling tape and talking and hanging out at the kit, and Deb's helping him out at home with that, and that's terrific. Soph has just launched a new teaching thing with Drum Channel. That's Ed Soph, great jazz drummer. Erskine's got all kinds of stuff going on. In fact, some little industry news. Peter had pitched a few weeks ago, hey, why don't you drumhead manufacturers see what you can do to help? Oh, I'm trying to bump the mic. See what you can do to help with the protective equipment. And sure enough, Evans announced, Evans Drumheads, that they're going to be making some face shields for the government. So good on you, Evans, and good on you, Mr. Erskine. Okay, I'm also taking time to read. I've got this book Matt Brennan wrote that called Kick It. It's a social history of the drum set, which is very cool, and I'm going to have him on the show to discuss it pretty soon. My interview with Pelle Berglund I did all the way from Stockholm, that's where he was, for his new book, Buddy Rich, One of a Kind. And we talk all about the book. That's posted on any place where you find fine podcasts. Say that 3 times quickly. All right, I'm continuing with my interview shows and my live shows. I think I might put the other shows on hold. I had asked Mike Snyder to do a show on electronic, e-drum. It's called E-Drum Guru. Johnny Vodakovich Unscripted, and Steve Bryant had a lot of vintage stuff from the archives of classic drummer to use. And now that we're in the abyss, and I want to pay the guys for doing it. That is involved, dependent upon me getting advertising. And right now, it just is not a good time for that. Nobody knows what's going on, and we're all hunkering down, doing the best we can. Hey, I did get a royalty check on my book, Contemporary Linear Drumming, available from Hudson Music. If you're interested in that, give it a shot. Okay, now the real topic today is something that many people aren't aware of. It's called Greeking logos. Let me tell you about Greeking logos. When I had a cymbal company, we did Bosphorus and then Crescent. We sold it to Sabian. But what we used to look for all the time is free logos on TV. If we had an artist on The Tonight Show or any of the late night shows, I would turn it on, because you're lucky if you get a shot of the drummer at all. But, those logos we all know, and we would just hanker. We would watch intently, hoping to see our logos, and oftentimes we would. But, several, for a while, the biggest thing going was Diana Krall live in Paris with Jeff Hamilton playing our Bosphorus cymbals at the time. And man, the logo is all over that, and we loved it. There was a Christmas concert from Lincoln Center with the Lincoln Center Jazz Orchestra. We had Ollie Jackson there playing Bosphorus at the time, and it was plastered all over that. We love that, to the point where, when you have handmade cymbals, there's always one side a little heavier than the other. So it'll do like that. So if I'm here playing this way, and that's the cymbal, I want my logo under here, right side up to the camera. And that took some doing, because after you finished the cymbal, you had to figure out where that spot was and put the logo in the correct spot for that, so that it showed up on the camera. Okay, all well and good. However, I'm going to tell you a couple of stories Max Roach told me years ago, before I had a cymbal company. He related to me a story about it's the great drummer Max Roach, who's passed. If you don't know who he is, please find out. If you're a drummer, you want to know. So he was relating this story to me about back in the 80s, he was on the Cosby Show. Bill Cosby, before he was a criminal and in jail, was an endearing comic that people loved, and he had a hit show, and Max Roach was on it because he was pals with Cosby. And and he's got his drum set on the set there, for whatever the show, script was going to be. And they said, "What about Ludwig? He had Ludwig on the front head, big as day. Are they interested in participating?" So I don't know what you're talking about. So they called Ludwig and they said, "Hey, we got your guy Max Roach, the great Max Roach, on the Cosby Show. What do you want to do to participate?" He said, "Well, we don't have a budget for that." And they said, "Okay, thank you very much." Took some duct tape, was white lettering on a black head, black duct tape, covered it up. You can't give that stuff away. It's called product placement. Product placement is where Coca-Cola or, generally speaking, if you see a brand name and a logo on a show, a movie, whatever, it's been placed there. And that's a paid advertisement. So if you have product placement, you need to have product displacement, meaning you can't give away something you're trying to sell. Also, you're taking a chance, if you're Mr. NBC or some network, that perhaps the content of the show doesn't conform with the brand message of the product that's showing, and the manufacturer is less than thrilled. What if my logo is plastered all over some show about pedophilia? To normal, rational people, there's no relationship there, but it could be construed as casting dispersions upon your brand. The best thing they can do is to eliminate logos. And if you start looking around, you will find that logos are eliminated all the time by doing what they call Greeking. Greeking is not a slight on Greek people. It comes from the term Greek to me. Well, that's all Greek to me, meaning it's not recognizable. You can't understand it. It makes no sense. It's Greek to me. It's a foreign language you don't speak. That's all it means. It's not disparaging of anyone. So if you look on TV and movies, you're going to see things like this. You see that? Where if it's a real product aisle, you just blur it out so you can't see it. Or you're going to see things like that, where they sure look like Tide and Budweiser and Lipton and Marlboro and Pepto-Bismol and Bayer, but it's not any of those brands. That's not Cracker Jacks. That's not Sun-Made Raisins. That's something that's not Land O'Lakes. You see what I mean? That's all Greeked. And it happens all the time. Here's another example. That's not 7-Up, 7-Un. That's not Sunkissed. That's not Canada Dry. That's not Dr. Pepper. You see what I'm saying? So you see this everywhere. Here's a guy obviously on a Mac, but that's not a Mac. And he's got a bottle of something in front of him that's nothing recognizable to us. And here's another one where they've circled that's called pear. Oh, pear book. So instead of an apple, it's a pear. I get it. So that's what Greeking logos is all about. And it really makes it hard for you to get involved in getting that free logo out there anymore, because it's just not something that happens. So there you go. Whether or not you can use it on your own is the wild, wild west and a crapshoot. And we'll have another show about that. That also includes music and which music you can use and what you can't use. Okay? That's my subject. That's what's going on. Recuperating well. Thank you very much. Hunkered down with this virus. I don't have the virus, I don't think. Knock on wood. And dealing with the reality of day-to-day life. If you're an artist, you know what to do. You practice, you write, you learn new things, you work on your tech geek stuff, you do whatever you do to stay busy, and there's no excuse to get out of the honey-do list for you married guys. You got stuff on that list you didn't even know about, man. And now it's time to get it done. All right, without any further ado, that's really all I have. I'm going to move along here and tell you to keep watching for us. Remember, support me on Patreon. It's very easy to do, but that's all I'm going to say about that. Here's a list of our sponsors taking it out to the out credits. See you next time. Thanks a lot.